Dante's Boxing Nation featuring Town Business. We're here with amateur boxer Falah Salem. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I missed you at the press conference, man. I didn't get to catch you, man, at the press conference in Oakland, man, but I caught you now, man.
It's okay. I was there, but I was probably in the lunchroom eating all the lunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could have them nasty ass sandwiches that was there, because and that tea with no sugar in it, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, man, so you've been here all day, man, getting your sparring in and everything, man, just training?
Yeah, man, it's just blessed to be here and happy to be here, and I come here, this is where I like to put my energy in and learn and get better every day.
So how long is it going to be, man, before we finally see you in the ring, man?
I've been getting in the ring a lot this year, again, some amateur fights, and I'll be fighting pro pretty soon, and just waiting for all the pieces to click together. God willing, we'll be, a well-oiled machine and get out there and do our thing.
Yeah, man, I seen you, man. I got the footage, man, of you hitting the bag and everything, man. That's intense, Man, it was intense, man.
Yeah.
All right, man, so give us your take, man, on some of these upcoming fights, man. Tell us what you think of, well, first of all, we got to start with Roberto and Sean Porter, man. How you think that fight's going to turn out?
It's going to be, really good fight. Action-packed for sure, There's going to be a lot of counter-punching, a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of good defenses. I look forward to that fight because it's going to be really, really entertaining.
Do you see a knockout or any knockdowns happening in this fight?
Yeah, definitely. I think there will be, there should be some knockdowns in the fight. I can't say, how it is in boxing, but God knows who's gonna be the one to go down.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, well, give us your take on another fight that's coming up, one of the most anticipated fights of the year, Canelo versus Julio Cesar Chavez. How do you see this fight turning out, bro?
I think Julio Cesar Chavez looks at this as a redemption of his career and as an opportunity to make him look great for his people. Coming from Mexico, there's a lot of pride there as fighters, as boxers. So I think this is one of the most important fights in his career. So he's going to get out there and do his best. I think he's training as hard as he can so he could put a statement out there that he's still, a great Mexican fighter, and to do so against Canelo, which is the fighting pride of Mexico. And I think that's going to be a really entertaining fight because they're both going to come out wanting to prove themselves for their people.
Okay, everybody more than likely is picking Canelo to win this fight, but just in case Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. pulls this fight off, do you see a Julio Cesar Chavez and Triple G fight happening?
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. But I think if it goes to the scorecards, you know how that's going to work out. They're going to want to do the super fight with Canelo and Triple G, like they did Jacobs. But I hope so. I would hope that, whoever really wins that fight gets the fight with Triple G, and it'd be entertaining regardless, man. I think that they could do Canelo, Triple G, they could do Cesar Chavez, Triple G, they could do everybody, mix and match them. I think Jacobs should fight Canelo. I think they should all fight each other, man. Because, styles make fights, and that's where the entertainment really is.
Do you see any of them fights as a possibility? A Canelo-Daniel Jacobs fight? I mean, it could possibly be made.
That'd be entertaining. I'd love to see that. Styles make fights, and that might be a very entertaining fight. I think all these different fighters are really good at their game. They're boxers. You got the aggressive fighters. You got the the movement, the all that. The ferocity, and I think you clash those things together. It's always going to be a show.
Yeah, I do have to. I have to ask you about Triple G and Daniel Jacobs. Who did you have winning that fight, and how do you think they won that fight? What's your take on that fight?
I think Daniel won that fight. I definitely think Daniel won that fight. But he was very humble. He was very humble afterwards. I would have been very salty if I was him. A lot of Triple G fans might disagree and say Triple G, won that fight off aggressiveness on that knockdown. But I think Daniel won that fight, and he outboxed him and he outworked him. There's no way those numbers at the end made sense, man. There's no way Triple G threw 31 jabs, man. I mean, there's no way Jacobs threw 31 jabs, man. That's an average of 2.5 jabs landing per round. That doesn't make sense. You know, Jacobs' bread and butter was that jab, and he threw a lot of good combinations. And I do believe he outthrew Triple G, but the box numbers at the end said Triple G outthrew him, which is complete. I can't.
So you're not buying CompuBox?
Yeah, you know, I'm just when I watch the fights, I'm just gonna mute it, you know, because the commentators and the stuff, you know, they are already looking at the guy that they want to win. You know, they're looking at the prize money, they're looking at all that. So yeah, I mean, just mute it, and you guys will be convinced also. You know, just watch the fight. Don't let the people talk to you and convincing you who they think won, and be your own judge. You know, watch that fight for your own eyes, and don't just sit there listening to the talk.
Hey, Falah, are you going to be in Vegas on June 17th?
Yes, definitely. I always support Andre, man. Andre is one of the best guys, man, around, and he's a really good friend, really solid guy, very humble. I love Andre. He took care of me, you know, a couple times, and yes, I'm very excited to be there.
All right, man. How do you see Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev turning out?
You know, I think Kovalev became gun shy in the first fight because he didn't want to suffer the embarrassment of getting knocked out by Andre Ward. So I think that he's going to throw everything on the line this time and come out, you know, more aggressive. But I think he's going to run into some stuff that he's not going to like, and it might either make him more gun shy, or it might either end up, you know, with him getting dropped. And I really do think that's a really high possibility because, you know, if he's thinking about coming at it with aggressiveness and not with his head, he's gonna suffer another, you know, a lot more clear defeat because I believe Andre won that first fight, a very close fight. I believe that Andre got up and he showed the true heart of a champion, and he fought back from, you know, from that deficit. And he came back strong, and he outworked Kovalev. Kovalev didn't have much left in the tank in the end. And Andre just kept going at him. And Andre didn't even get any road work in during that time, you know. And this time he's
really
road work in. Yes. If you heard, Virgil said it in the press conference. He said last fight he wasn't able to get road work in, and you know, this fight he's already on his road work. He's getting good road work in. And he's going to be in even better shape, man. So, you know, if he's already in better shape without the road work, and he adds the road work to that, it's going to be really good for Andre Ward. He's going to quiet a lot of people.
All right, man. Well, thanks, Falah, for taking the time out to talk to us, man. We really appreciate that, man.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
All right, brother.